Hi, my lovely spectators. Dee Dee here, and welcome to my studio. So, today is another 3 under 30. I have not prototyped this. I have just thought about it in my head. Well, let me not say that. I did prototype the shape, but not like actually what I plan to like emphasize on here. So, we're gonna see how it goes. The usual. We're doing 3 projects, either all the same or all can be different. We're trying to do them underneath 30 minutes, and this is a collaboration between everybody or amongst everybody. Sevenplaza and Crafty by Tony came up with the idea. Again, she says that it wasn't her original idea, which is Margaret said that, but they're incorporating it into this August so that there's a little bit of focus and direction and a lot less having to, I guess, think about making crazy different content. You can kind of just come up with 3 simple little projects and be done with it. Some of us have been more successful than others. Ebbs and flows. I'm hoping that I can get this done in 30, and maybe you'll like to do one of these as well. So mine is going to usually be 3 of the same, and this is literally going to be 3 of the same, just changing up some of the details. I'm going to get the project idea done, but I'm going to need to do some inking and stuffing, stuff like that beforehand. So I'm going to start the timer and we're going to get going. So what we're going to need is 4x6. So I prototyped and got this these 2. So you're going to need 1 card that you're just going to fold and score at 3 for each of these projects. And here you're going to need 2 for each of these projects. Ugh. So basically this is something that I've done as a crafter for paper crafting and scrapbooking that I thought would be a cute little addition. So I have 3, 6 and 9. So what I want to do is I want to add a little texture to this because I did not want to use anything too heavy. You really have to use index card weight. So I just got myself a little stencil. Now, might have been the go-to to get the, what do you call it, the coffee one, which everyone I love too. But I got the squares intentionally because of the content that I'm going to be putting on here. So just going to do a light dusting here, move it over, do some dusting over here, and you know, like that, right? Then we're going to turn it over and we're going to go down here a little bit and going to maybe put this over here. So maybe this is some of the prep that I should have done earlier, but yeah, now I'm feeling like I'm going to be in trouble. So we're just getting some squares all over this guy. No rhyme or reason. It's just to have a backdrop because, again, like I said, I didn't have a digital to use, and I just wanted to have something easy to work with. Okay, so now after I do this is the moment where I say, do I do one and then come back to doing the other 2, or do I ink everything, score everything, and do it like an assembly line? So you guys can tell me in the comments whether you preferred me to do one and then come back and do another one, because I kind of like doing assembly line. So this is actually something that I learned through another channel, not a junk journaling channel, but a crafting channel called Made It, and it's she's a content creator who also owns a scrapbooking store down south. Forgot the area, honestly, where, but she does have an online store. So she brought this to the table and I incorporated it into my go-to projects for scrapbooking, for gift giving, etc. So this could be something like a little bit of a tuck it in the pocket kind of thing, or maybe even some, depending on what you really do with it, some what's that called? Happy mail. I couldn't think of the word. Happy mail. And I'm going to be using all, except for this, all Tim Holtz kind of stuff, because I'm going to be using his people. Okay, and oops, I didn't want to turn the squares sideways. I was trying to keep them up and down. Portrait for the most part, or right angled to the edges of the paper. So I'm getting a little sloppy here. Okay, and a few more to go. Did I do the back of that? Yeah. Okay, so what happens is we're going to actually create like a little mini folio, right? That is not going to be to hold, what do you call it? Journaling paper, but almost feel like kind of like a little photo album. And you could tuck little pieces of ephemera in there, like, how do you call it? Tickets, stamps, anything else, because we're decorating it with the peoples. And then we're going to, you know, have space still when you see what happens here, for more goodies. Okay, so let's see. We're taking 5 minutes to ink. Okay, just nothing, no specific rhyme or reason. Okay, maybe I will ink the edges as well once we get into it, and once I have things folded. I don't know. Okay, and then we're gonna go here. Okay, and whoops, that was not smart. Okay. This is me getting anxious and lazy. All right, my bad on this one. Okay, so we have this done. I don't need this anymore. You won't need much of a glue page or anything like that, because you will just need like an, what do you call it? An art glitter glue kind of situation. So I'm just gonna hit the edges. I know that I said that somebody had done this. I'm not sure who it was. If it's you and you do this, I would love to know how many people do this and feel that it's like really successful, because the last time I kind of felt like I missed a bunch of places, but I'm just knocking off the newness and the freshness of this guy. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So if I find any that I feel like this one doesn't feel like it got hit with anything, so you know, we'll just add as we go if we need to. Okay, so we need to do 3 folded in half. So right away, I'm just gonna take any 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm gonna fold those in half. So we're gonna match this up. Okay, now you could take out your scoreboard, and I'm going to take out a scoreboard for the other one because those are exact, and folding this in half is also creating exact measurement of 3 inches. Okay, and there we go. All right, so there we go. Okay, so we got those 3 folded. I'm going to bring in my scoreboard. Okay, and I want to do this measurement situation right here, okay, to all of them. So the other 6 are going to have this going on. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure at 1.5. Now I'm down here. I'm going to go up here. So on this one here, you can see it's upside down for you and me, but this is how I, yeah, I don't like that. I like it this way. I like it this way. So let's, let's do this. We've got 1.5. Okay, so 1.5 up there. I'm going to move it over to 4 3/4. 4 3/4, and then I'm going to move it over to 5. Okay, and we're going to move that to the side, and we're going to do it again. 1.5, 4 3/4, and then 5. Okay. Again, 1.5. Okay, 4 3/4. I feel like I hear some ripping. Yep. So yeah, this paper might be a little too light, but we're showing you a process, and we can always add some boo-boo tape or anything like that to it after the fact. So we'll just be a little more genteel. 1.5. 4 3/4, and then 5, and then we have 2 more, and then we will do the assembly, and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so It's okay. I didn't press that hard. What am I doing? 1.5, 4 3/4, and then 5. Okay. So I know that I need the other 2 on the outside. It's okay. Stuff happens. 4, 1.5, 4 3/4, and then 5. Okay. That's it. I don't need this anymore. And we're just gonna fold up on all these guys, all of the scores. Okay, like that. Okay. 1. I'm gonna do this other one. Remember, it's the outer one and then the second one for this one, because it kind of goofed a little bit. That's okay. Like that. 1.5, 4 3/4, and 5. 1.5. See, this is a little bit dicey. I may need some boo-boo tape. Yeah, I'm gonna need some boo-boo tape there. Okay, and here. So yeah, we're gonna put this to the side, and because of the thinness and I got a little too heavy-handed, I'm gonna have an issue with that. So I'm gonna have to wait. So this might be one of those, I don't quite get all of them to be done. Does this look like a giraffe to you? Oh, I forgot to close this. So it's got ink on it, but that's okay. It's all good. It's not gonna be that dramatic. We're gonna put some stuff on a lot of the bases of this thing. Okay, so we have them all set up, and I have a couple that need some boo-boo tape. Let me just go. I have a Tim Holtz box where I keep all of his goodies separate from everybody else's, because hoarding, and also kind of like, you know, he's special. He's so special. Oh my goodness, where's my boo-boo tape? I know I got some in here. Is this it? Nope. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, here we go. We got some there. Not gonna use the entire strip. Let me fix this. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think we're gonna. I don't think I'm gonna make it, but that's okay. Let's cut these bad boys in half. So we're going to put boo-boo tape on this side. And where was the other little cut that I saw? Down here. I'm gonna add some boo-boo tape down here. Okay. And I'm gonna bend that over. And yeah. So if I come across any other ones, I have the tape right here. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to be assembling a little booklet. And the little booklet is going to have flip and floppies and places to tuck things. And usually I do this with 8.5 by 11 paper, and it's big and it's like this, and you know, to put it into a journal is like massive. But I thought this would be like a cutesy little version. So what we're going to do is we've got this score right here. So the one that was 5, so 1.5, 4 3/4, and 5. We're going to take that, we're going to put glue along this edge right here, and we're going to take this the same direction, same orientation, 1.5, 4, 5, 4 3/4, 5, and we're going to fold this for a moment, and we're going to glue this down here and make sure that it closes. So let's do that. Okay, so we're going to do that. We're going to put some glue. Now, not all the way on the edge. We want to be able to make sure that this guy will, in fact, still fold nicely. So just enough. Okay. So what I like to do is I'll bring this, I'll fold it, I'll bring it up next to the score line. Grab the bottom, right? Fold it like this and kind of push it so that it goes in. So yeah, our glitter glue, you're gonna have to work fast in order to get this done. So now we have this. Okay, so we're gonna do it again. Okay, we've got the flap and the spine over here, so that's what we're creating, a little spine. And then we have that second fold. Then we have another one where we have a flap, we have that spine, right there. So what we're going to do is we're going to glue this one, the back, to this flap here. So again, up against the score mark, but not so much that it's going to like get in the way. We're going to line this up top to bottom because they're 4 inches, front to back. I like to lift it while I have some wiggle room, kind of push them together, make sure that they can open, close without hindering. Okay, so I want to have that closed. Now it should line up. If it does come a little bit off, don't worry about it. We can just trim a little bit if we have to. Okay, so now we have the second one done. Okay, so we have 2 of these done. And now we're going to do the third one. And this one is the one that had the boo-boo tape. So I think I'm going to put the boo-boo tape. I think I want to see it. So I'm going to bend it this way. And then I will see a little bit of this one. Okay. So again, we're going to put our glue on this side of the 5 inches, right? This is the 5-inch score. We're going to add glue all the way down. Okay. We're going to make sure that this bigger flap is flat. We're going to line this sucker up. And we're going to put her so that we want to make sure that this can, in fact, fold up. Okay. And that's what we have going on here. Okay. So now, the next part of this is going to be to add this, but also to take care of the flaps. The flaps are going to become little pockets. So we're going to put glue here, and we're going to put glue here. Now, if you wanted to put some other paper on the back here, you could at this point in time. So you just press it down, and a little push together lets you have that little pocket, have some space to go in. Okay? So with this one, what you're going to do is you're going to open this, right? And you're going to line it up with the rest up to that flap, and you're going to add glue to close this. So you're going to put glue on the edges, and you're going to make another pocket here, another edge, and this way right here. Okay, you're going to hold this down, you're going to push this up nice and straight, and you're going to push it down so that you know that it's not interfering. Hopefully you have some little bit of wiggle room there and there, and then same thing, you're going to do that, and you have your little pocket there. You also have this flap, and when you close it, you've got the spine here, you've got the spine here, and you have a little folio that opens up, has a pocket, has a flap, has a flap, has a flap. So you have all this decorating space. Okay, let's do it again. So make sure you have it, right? We've already attached these two together. We want to make the 2 pockets and the flip-flop. We're going to take the further side. We're going to just make a pocket by gluing up the sides. Okay, when you press down, you can press down hard like that. And try to push it just a little bit. It'll give you that little lift of the pocket automatically. Then you're going to take one of the in half ones, okay, and you're going to lay it on the inside here. Okay. You're then going to do the same thing. You're going to glue the 2 sides, and this one you're going to glue across the bottom to make sure that this piece is stuck in there well. When you go to bring it down, you're going to make sure that it stays nice and lined up and that it closes well. And you will have that little pocket. Make sure that it lifts, and there you go. You have your, again, little booklet. Okay, and you can see it's a little booklet with a 1/4-inch spine. And one more time, and then we're going to throw some stuff onto it. So we're going to go up the side, okay. Now I did minimal decoration. I just put the little bit of stenciling with the walnut stain. I think that's a TCW stencil, if I'm not correct. We're going to put this one in here again, like we did before. And we're going to put glue again up the side, up this side, Ooh, keep missing. And a little bit down the edge. We're going to bring that down. We're going to watch as we're putting it down that it's staying lined up. So I want that edge to line. We want it to be in the pocket, like in, in. And then we want to do that nice stick. This goes like that. Again, let's check. There we go. All right. So this is the project. So we have these mini little photo flippy album kind of things that we can do. You can put decoration on the front. You could use a different kind of printable to make them. You have a pocket here. You have a flippy flap here. You have a pocket there. And then you have all this space where you can decorate as well. And then, if so be it, you can also put a little closure. So if you like your hardware, you can definitely do that. What I was planning to put on them was first a couple of Tim Holtz cards. So I had his make, and then I took one of my labels and put make memories. It's a little bit big for this because I didn't realize, I wasn't measuring this. This was the smallest ones that I had. Okay, I could do any kind of like thing like that. I don't know. But let's do something to at least one of them, okay? Because I got 10 minutes. Okay, I took out some of these. This is from Margaret's vintage photo. I'm just going to cut a piece of that out. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come into this one. And I'm going to want to affix it. So I'm going to turn it upside down. I'm going to put two. I don't want to take this off, but I want it to look kind of nice, right? Now these people that we have, right? We have different types of people. We got the big peoples, like ID card thingies. We got these little cards, which happen to fit there. So I'm going to put two of them behind here. It's going to look a little faded out, but that's okay. Photos are faded sometimes. And let's take another person, right? So we'll put this little couple here under there. Okay. So we're going to put a little glue. Now this is printed on vellum. So we will see what happens with the vellum with this paper, this glue that I'm using. Okay, so she's there, and then we're going to put him on the bottom. If you want to get cutesy, you can get some hearts and some decor of that nature. Okay, that's all up to your style. Okay, and now I'm going to take this and it's going to glue it down to the actual page. Now, let's see. No rhyme or reason. I'm just gluing it down. I'm going to decorate some more later, probably, and then do it my usual when I run out of time, is post it to my Instagram. So we've got, this fits nicely. It's on the flappy, right? Another thing that we could also put, or way to put it, is to maybe put some of these people here. Okay, and with that, I have some of these photo things that she has. So I think I'm gonna, that's like a slide, but it's sideways. Let's take one of these guys. So I'm gonna just cut this down. Now I think this one is printed on washi paper. So let's see. Yes, it is. So we could put the people in here, and they'll be a little faded out as well. So let's do that. So I'm just gonna line up their feet with the bottom. Okay. Take out this piece that shouldn't be there. All right. I'm going to put this towards the bottom. Okay, and then I'm gonna bring this up over here. Okay, and then if you press hard enough, you will see them. They look almost like the other ones here. It's a look, okay? It's a look. If you don't like it, that's okay. You can put them on top of it. That might be the next go-to to do. So you can keep adding different elements onto the page. This one is using the vellum. No, that's not the vellum. This is using sticky paper. So I think I'm gonna take one of these just to show you the different ones that she had, that the different ways that this could work out. I'm gonna take one. Now this one is completely sticky, meaning opaque. So there's no seeing through this. I'm gonna put this one here in the center as best as I can. Okay, right. And with this one, I could cut down one of these guys and put them there. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me, you know what? I think this guy looks a little clever to me. So I'm gonna cut him down. I am gonna cut very close to his picture, his original picture, because I don't want to go over what's there. I don't mind it if it's a little bit shorter, you know, but I do want it to fit into that white area that we have going on there. Okay, and because I cut the edge, I'm going to put some walnut stain. Okay, and let's see, does he fit? He's a little big. Let's cut him down just a little bit more. Okay, hopefully that's gonna be sufficient. Okay, and if you really want to go in and have it like really fit, maybe you want to round these corners, but I think that that is good enough. So I'm going to put this here. Okay, all right. So it looks like I got about 5 minutes. I think I'm gonna be running out of time. If you don't want to use the photo stickery thingies from Sevenplaza, then you can just cut out one of these. It's not exactly the most straightest, right? But I could add her just here, right? Which I'll do there. So it's like he's looking at her. Oh. And then what I could do is, how am I affixing her? Well, with a piece of boo-boo tape. So I could take one piece of the boo-boo tape here and then cut another little piece down here as an added little decoration. But again, this is me decorating for the sake of decorating for the video, showing you what is possible and where my idea came from. So you might like the flippy floppy for something altogether different, right? So the other thing could be that you want to add some photos. You could mat them and then tuck them into the side pocket, right? You could add some of these little peoples over here. So I think I might do that. So they're like at the entranceway of the pocket, and maybe you stick some other kind of ephemera behind them. So I want this side to be with glue. Okay, so I'm gonna do that. Okay, so now my pocket, I can put that in there. These guys could be matted. Yeah, so we've got a cover. We've got two pockets. They need matting. With two pockets here, we have another pocket there. We've got something there, there, and there, and we have our little booklet right there. The girls that are not matted, do I have time? No, are falling out. But we also can, you know, ink the edges to add that grunge there. Okay, and I think for this one, because I know that I got a little bunch of stuff here, I'm gonna put this one, which has the word story on it, and actually do the cover. And I'm going to add the glue on the back of here. I'm gonna put this there. Try to cover. Okay, I'm gonna cover that. Okay. And then I actually hand wrote the word hour on my label. So let me move that up. Sorry, I was out of frame. Okay, so I'm gonna put our story. Okay. And yeah, so this is our little, you know, little flip-floppy booklet that you can put in. If it's not too much ephemera, you'll notice that you can go like this and really get it nice and flat. So you could put some really flat ephemera in there and put it in a card and mail it to somebody. Or if you want to chunk it out, you can. You have that space with the two side pieces right there. So I would add a little more of a label here. I would add something in the back. You could add more stuff here, some stamping, right? The two girls, they could have been matted. I don't have any paper to mat them on, right? If I wanted to, I could add a little bit of fun to right there and right there, you know, just by adding some paper. This is some tissue paper that I had coffee dyed that I was thinking of putting in there, so might as well do it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. All right, I like the little bit of the gold on there. Okay. So we could put a little piece right in there, right? Just to have a little something, something, right? I could put another piece over there where the pockets are. Okay. Okay. That's going to be the last thing I do. And I'm going to call it done because you got the project idea. Unfortunately, I didn't get to do a full-on all three of them, but that's okay. You did see me make the base of three of them. So let me stop that there. So yeah, so just if you want, once this video is up, that means that I probably finished them on my own, added the last little bit of whatever, and they're on Instagram, and so you could see the finished product. I don't know because I have some, like I said, I think I've said it before, there have been some mixed responses in terms of like they want to see a project, right? I feel like I'm doing a tutorial, right? Like I feel like I need to come here to the table to try to give you some inspiration, something a little different. That's not everybody's case, and not, you know, I'm not right and I'm not wrong, but that's just my take on it. So you know, people are like, oh well, we all decorate it individually, and that's entirely true. So I just put that there because why not? Now, so now it's a little more finished, right? You got your little flip-floppy floppy whatever, and there you go. Stick it in the journal, send it in a happy mail. Bob's your uncle. Anyway, so this these film things are from Sevenplaza. They're part of her vintage photo digital, and like you can totally add them, right? So look, I even have this that I was thinking of adding, so I think I might just put that on there. Let's see, is that the right side? Because I don't want to write the numbers backwards. Yes, so let me put some here and see what happens. Right, how much does it squish out and how much does it not disappear? Right, so I can just put that here because this is a photo album, and I know that it's behind here, but it's a little, you know, peek-boo, right? All right, so hope you enjoyed, hope you liked. If you know, want to see more of my whatevers that I'm coming up with, then by all means, please do subscribe, give me a comment, tell me what you thought, tell me what you would have done differently, and yeah, until next time, I will see you then. Ciao, ciao. Bye.